and I'm going to make a card today. I've got a couple of new stamps that I want to have a little try. I discovered a company called Swedish Housecrafts.co.uk who do a lot of, funnily enough, Swedish stamp type stuff. A lot of the magnolia stamps, which I've got a couple of, but it's not the sort of thing I normally use. But I noticed somebody had got these amazing dies that I really fancied from Gummiapan.com. I think they're called Gummiapan. It's probably pronounced differently, but anyway. So I ordered the cloud with the little heart. And then I had a little wander around their website and found some stamps. So they all came all mounted, so I've just finished mounting them up. I thought this was a fabulous background stamp. Nice alpha. Lose your mind, find your soul. Which I thought was quite cool. And then this little sort of skateboarding dude, which I thought was a bit funky and a bit different. If you can see that. They also sent me, which is very generous, some little stamps, tiny little stamps, which are perfect for the little scraps that I'd got still of the U-mount. A little one that says hello, and then 2 heart stamps, really tiny little ones, but very cute. So I thought I would just have a little play and see what I come up with. I haven't got a plan, but I've got a piece of cardstock. I probably won't end up using this. I might use the heart one, but I'm not sure. It's mainly, I really wanted to have a go at this one. I thought this would come up with some really cool backgrounds with this text, sort of typewriter type text. I thought that would be quite a cool background. So I am going to grab my stamp platform. At the moment, that's all I ever stamp with, is my stamp platform. And I'm probably going to end up turning this into a 6x4 or something along those lines. Actually, it can't be a 6x4 because it's not 6 centimetres. I'm guessing 6 inches. It's a 5-inch by 5-inch panel. Try my hardest not to turn this into an ATC, but it probably will end up being an ATC. So I'm actually going to go down the middle. Sort of pause because I'm having a little idea, which is always dangerous. Oh, I've just realised my platform needs to be turned because it's a clear. It's not a clear stamp; it's a rubber stamp, and I could read clear, not rubber. Right. I think I'm going to go for some sort of multicoloured stamping. So I'm going to start with a bit of yellow. And this is So Saffron, and I'm going to give it a reasonable coat. I'm not bothered if it's not complete. So it's quite pale, and I'm going to go for some Crisp Cantaloupe, which is one of my favourite Stampin' Up colours, and I'm just inking it partially. I'm not concerned about, oops, everything falling off my shelf. I'm not concerned about not capturing all of it because I want to add colour in different places. And then I'm going to go in with a bit of Sweet Sugar Plum. Now obviously if I was going for more vibrant colours, I would probably be a bit concerned about contaminating, but I've actually gone from light to dark, so I'm not bothered about cleaning my stamp off in between. And I'm just going to go over. Now this is something that you can't do if you've not got a stamp platform or something similar, because what you would need was to be able to put it down exactly in the same place every time. So the only way you'd be able to do it was to ink up the stamp all in one go in all the different colours, which is possible if you use maybe a pen, but I just don't think you get the same kind of crisp images as you get by doing it with a stamp platform or a similar sort of device. I'm sure the Misty does the same. Now I'm going back in with the Daffodils Light and I'm going to go all over, only because I actually think it needs that yellow to be a bit brighter. I am aware of the fact that I'm probably just slightly off camera, so just bear with me a second whilst I adjust that. There we go. That's probably showing you it a little bit better. Okay, so I am going to cut the panel down so it's only the part that we can see. That's better. I feel happier about that colour. Okay. Oops, I just caught the edge with the baby wipe then, so it is slightly smeared my ink at the top. Because it's a dye-based ink, of course, it's water reactive, not in the same way that the distress inks are, because it is a dye-based ink, but it's reactive enough that it won't have dried onto, I think this is mixed media cardstock, it won't have dried onto that, so it won't have yet seeped into the cardstock, so it will still move. But that's okay, because I probably am going to put it down a little bit. Now, I'm wondering if do I want to do a bit more stamping, or am I just going to add ink on the tops? I can't decide what to do. Really like the stamp though, and I really love the fact that I've got this graduated different colours going on all on the same image. So I'll move that to one side. And that's quite a wet ink, and that's because of the fact that it's sitting on the surface of this card, it's not seeped in. If I was doing this on something like Whisper White cardstock, or the really smooth ones, it probably will have soaked in by now, but I can see that this has still got a little bit of wet to it. I think I'm going to dry it. Okay, I just got interrupted by my daughter. So, what was I doing? Right, so this is still a bit wet. I'm actually thinking I might wet it a bit more. Let's see what happens with the water hitting it and what kind of effect we're going to get. Well, it's definitely bled, and in some places it's faded out and in other places it's fine. Do you know what? I quite like that effect though, because it's given me now another, let's just spray the back of that. It's given me some paler patches that's going to allow me to stamp an image over it. So where's my little skater dude? Yeah, I quite like him there. I think, however, I do want a little bit more colour, and I'm wondering if you can almost probably hear the cogs in my brain working. I'm not really thinking straight today. I'm thinking maybe a bit of a splash and another splash. I think this will make quite a cool card. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so these are indeed wooden blocks, so I can't use my stamp positioner, my stamp platform. For these ones, which is a shame because that's not quite as blue as I would have wanted. Okay, that's probably alright though. I think it'll work enough for what I needed. Obviously, if I had a stamp positioner and these weren't wood mounted, I would have been able to just stamp over them until I was happy with the vibrancy of the ink. But do you know what? I think that works enough for what I need it to do. I'm really trying very hard at the moment to put things away when I've used them. Just slow this process down when I'm filming a little bit, but never mind. Right, I do, however, want this one to be really dark black for his silhouette. I think he's going to go there nicely. So in order to do that, I'm getting my stamp platform back out again, because I know I'm going to have to stamp him several times to make sure that he's going to be nice and dark. Right, I'm on the rubber side. Pick up my stamp. Okay, so that's impression number 1. You see he's quite faded there, so I'm going to go back in again with another layer. Right, he's darkening up now, and another layer. Is 3 going to be enough? Ooh, I think I'm going to go in with another one just in case. Yeah, happy with that. However, I got a little bit of ink there, but never mind. It'll be fine for the thing. Just thinking tiny bit more ink. And because this is not the best surface for just plain stamping onto, I think that's just slightly affected how it's catching, because it's not the smoothest of surfaces. Okay. Right, do I want the same thing? Lose your mind, find yourself. I think will work quite well there. Right, and again I'm going to go in with the black and we'll see how we get on with this one. Happy with that. Now, I think if I just trim this down, I then might be able to see if there's something else I want to be able to do on it. Happy with that. I think. Now, I did grab out this pattern paper, which came with the, ooh, a bit of black off my fingerprint there. This came with the Artful Days goodie box for the summer colour one, and it's the back of this colour, which I think it's got too much pink in it, doesn't quite work. Whereas I think the yellow works quite nicely. I think that'll make a nice mount, maybe on a card. So I think that needs just trimming to size, and then I'll decide whether I need to do some etching or something else. So I'm actually going to stick it there, so I'm covering up that black splodge I managed to make. definitely think this needs sort of a border on it of some description. So I am going to go in, I think, with the black. Right, again within the kit. Oh, I liking that, and I'm thinking maybe a little bit big strand. So this was the goodie box. There was some pieces of cardstock that would work perfectly. So I'm thinking maybe some of this baker's twine wrapped around would look good. I think I'm going to go for that blue because I think it coordinates quite nicely with the blue splodges that I've stamped. Scissors are very sticky after mounting the stamps. I need to get those cleaned. Apologies, just knocked the camera. Right, I think if I stick this down, there we go. That works quite nicely. Okay, happy with that. I'm wondering if there's any embellishments that I might be able to put on. I just feel like it needs a little bit something else, and then I can put my happy birthday on. Okay, so I've just been and grabbed these ones that were in the summer colour, and then these ones that were in another one, can't actually remember. I think it might have been the steampunk one, maybe. But I think there's a couple in here that are slightly more masculine coloured, maybe. Oh, I quite like that. Maybe with that one. There's normally do 3, but I just think 3 might be a bit much for this. I'm not entirely sure about the green or the blue. Orange. So that's a possible. Okay, another little interruption of the husband. So now I'm wondering, actually I go for the yellow, orange and green gems. Yeah, I like that one better. Right, there we go, that's the answer. So I think I need 3 glue dots that I can use for those gems. Right, I think, yeah, I'm really happy with that, but I have got a little thought. No, I'm going to stick to that, and I'm just need to card blank now to mount it onto. Okay, so I've got a card blank here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Considering raising it up a little bit though, I think maybe a bit of fun foam underneath it will probably do the job perfectly. All I can hear is my daughter jumping up and down and singing upstairs now. Yeah, I prefer it mounted up a little bit, so I need a bit of a wet glue, think I'll use a pen flare. And I know that this will dry really solid, so it's a good glue for using for this kind of thing. And what's really good is you can sort of fiddle with it a little bit with it being a wet glue, so you don't have to get your placement completely right first time. So if you think you've got it a little bit squiffy and you didn't want it squiffy, it's a good thing to do is to go for a wet glue, and then you've got a little bit of movement. Right, I'm happy with that. And I think I need a little bit of a happy birthday. Okay, my go-to are these eclectic ones. I really like these. That's fun, and I think it works really well with the background, with that texty background. So I'm wondering whether that would be a good thing to stamp on. Well, I'm gonna give it. No, I think I will go for a bit of white cardstock instead. So I've got the offcuts that I use that for. So turn it over because it has two sides. Perfect. Okay, and I think I might just edge that as well with the black, just to make sure that it's in keeping with the rest of the piece. My daughter's music's getting louder and louder. There we go. So I'm really happy with that. Funky card. Here's a few bits from my Artful Days goodie boxes. Use my new Gummiapan. Gummiapan? Is that what we call it? Gummiapan stamp sets. Obviously I've not used the die, but I have used the fabulous text background, the little skater dude, and Lose Your Mind, Find Your Soul. Really happy with that. I love the multicoloured background using the stamp platform. I actually really like the sort of slight bleed that I've got to the ink because of the fact that I spritzed it. I know that bit was done with the baby white by accident, but it actually works really well. I think that's quite a funky boys card. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please do give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, have a good day. Bye.